our next topic is measuring angles. Now suppose we have this angle, okay? Now as you all know that this is less than 90 degrees, so obviously this is acute angle, right? Because here is 90 degree and this is less than 90 degree, right? Now if I draw this is an obtuse angle. Why? Because this is more than 90 degree, right? So by seeing this all, we can understand, we can identify that these are acute angle or obtuse angle or reflex angle, right? But we cannot say the exact measurement. Like here we know that this is 90 degree, or if it is a straight line then it forms 180 degree. Similarly, here we have drawn acute angle. So what measurement it is, or if it is an obtuse angle then what measurement it is. So here we will take the help of the protractor to measure the angles, okay? So this is the protractor, okay? So we have this protractor here. Using the help of the protractor we will measure the angles here, okay? This is called the center of the protractor, okay? And this is called the baseline of the protractor. Now suppose this is our angle, okay? This angle is given and we need to find the measure of this angle, okay? We need to find the measure of this angle. Now the first step to measure the angle is you will have to place the protractor. You will have to place the protractor. This is the center of the protractor and you will have to place it on the vertex of the angle. See, this is the angle given, okay? And this is the vertex of the angle and this is the center of the protractor, okay? So always place the center of the protractor on the vertex of the angle. So this is the first step, okay? Now step number 2 is baseline. This is the baseline of the protractor is along with the arms of the angle. See, this is the arms of the angle and this is only the base of the protractor, okay? Now after placing it, then we will start measuring. Now see, this is 0 degree, 10 degree, 20 degree, 30 degree. We will not see the upper part. Why? Because we can see that, see, 100, 110, 120, these all are obtuse angle. You know, like here, this angle is here, means it is less than 90 degree. So that means it's an acute angle, so it cannot be 100, 110, 120, right? So here we will see this part, the down part, so 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. See, here is the line, so it means which angle it is? It's 80 degree. Okay, let's take another example. Suppose we have this angle, okay? So what is step 1? Step number 1 is we will have to place the protractor. We will have to, where do we have to place the protractor? Here is the center of the protractor and this center of the protractor you will have to place on the vertex of the angle. So this is only the vertex of the angle. So here only you will have to place the protractor. Now step number 2 is baseline of the protractor. So baseline of the protractor is along the arm of the angle. So this is only the arm and this is the baseline. Okay, baseline of the protractor. So after this we will start measuring. Now 40 degree means if this angle is there, so by seeing only you can understand that this is an acute angle, right? So it cannot be more than 90 degrees. So we'll check the down part. So here is the line. Now it's at 40 degree. So that means which angle it is? It is 40 degree. Okay. Now suppose this is there. Okay. Now we need to find the angle. So what is the first step? we will have to place the center of the protector at the vertex of the angle. So this is the vertex, so here only we will have to place the protector. This is the vertex of the angle, and here only we will have to place the protector. Next step is baseline of the protector. This is the baseline. This is the baseline of the protector. So this should be matched with the arms of the one of the arms of the angle. Okay, after this we will start measuring. Now see, this line is in between 50 and 60. So see, it is which angle? It is 55 degree. Okay, so here we will write 55 degree. Okay, now suppose this is there. Okay, this is there, and we need to find the angle. Now here is 90 degree and this line is more than 90 degrees, so obviously it is an obtuse angle, means more than 100 degrees. So we cannot see the upper part here, we see the down one. Okay, now so first step is we will place the center of the protector at the vertex of the angle. So this is the vertex of the angle, so here only we will have to place the protector. Second step is baseline of the protector should be matched with the one arm of the angle. Okay, so this is one of the arm of the angle, so here only you will have to place the protector. It should be matched. Okay, so you just place the protector in such a way that it overlap with the baseline of the angle. Now see, you start measuring. So here is 90 degree, after this 100, 110, 120, and here is the line, so it's 130 degree. So this angle is 130 degree. Okay, so this way we will measure the angle using protector. So always remember, while measuring with the help of protector, you have to follow this step. Step number 1, center of the protector is on the vertex. Okay, step number 2 is baseline of the protector is along one of the arms of the angle. So this was all about measuring angles using protector. Now coming to our next topic. Now see, what are perpendicular lines? If I draw a line like this, and on this line if I draw a vertical line, it makes 90 degree. So these lines are called perpendicular lines. Why? Because here it makes 90 degree. Now if you check this side, here also it makes 90 degree. Now if I draw like this, then this also perpendicular line, because this is the vertical line on the base line and it makes 90 degree. Okay, so the property of being a perpendicular line is two lines which meet at right angle, then it is known as perpendicular line. Okay, now see in this figure, here two lines meet each other at 90 degree, so these are known as perpendicular lines. Okay, now here if I name it as MN and QS, so in this figure QS is perpendicular on MN. Okay, so QS is the vertical line, or we can say that perpendicular line on MN. Okay, this is the symbol of perpendicular line. Now our next topic is perpendicular bisector. Now perpendicular we already know, if any vertical line is there with the base line and if it makes 90 degree, then it is known as perpendicular lines, right? Now what do you mean by bisector? Bisector means a line which divides the line into two equal halves. Like here if I name it as say MN, okay, and say this is RP. So RP is perpendicular line, we know that because it makes 90 degree. Now if this line divide this MN into two equal half, that means the distance between this and this is same, then this RP is known as, or PR is known as perpendicular bisector. So bisector divides the line into two equal halves. So the distance from MP or PM will be equal to PN, okay, and this point P is the midpoint of MN, okay. So what we have observed that here these perpendicular lines means perpendicular line when make 90 degree with the baseline, it is known as perpendicular lines, and if this line divides the baseline into two equal half, then it is known as perpendicular bisector, in which P is the midpoint and the distance between MP and PN is same, okay. Now what is the difference between perpendicular and perpendicular bisector? Now see, if I draw the perpendicular like this, then this is known as perpendicular because these two lines meet each other at 90 degree. So this is perpendicular lines, okay. But if I tell you that perpendicular bisector, that means it makes 90 degree with the baseline as well as it divides the baseline into two equal half, okay. So this is known as perpendicular bisector, okay. If this is AB and this is MN, then N will be the midpoint and the distance between AN will be equal to NB, okay. Now our next topic is triangle. We will classify the triangle on the basis of angle, okay. So first we have acute angle triangle. Then we have obtuse angle triangle. Then we have right angle triangle, okay. Suppose if I draw a triangle like this and let's name it as A, B and C. Now here angle B is an acute angle. Why? Because this is 90 degree and since this is less than 90 degree, so angle B is acute angle, okay. Now if we talk about angle C, see here is 90 degree, so angle C is also less than 90 degree, so angle C is also an acute angle, okay. Now if we talk about angle A, so here see this is also less than 90 degree, so angle A is also an acute angle. So this here in this triangle, since all angles are less than 90 degrees, so this is known as acute angle triangle, okay. Now if I draw the triangle like this, say this is PQR, okay. Now here if I draw a perpendicular line, then it makes 90 degree, right, and see this line is going beyond 90 degrees, so this angle, since it is greater than 90 degrees, so this is known as obtuse angle triangle, okay. So here if any one of the angle is more than 90 degree, then it is known as obtuse angle triangle. Now if I draw the triangle like this, here it makes 90 degree, so this is known as right angle triangle. So if in a triangle, if any one of the angle is 90 degree, then it is known as right angle triangle. Okay. So these are the types of triangle on the basis of angles. Okay. These are based on angles. Now we will classify the triangles on the basis of sides. So at first we have scalene triangle. Then we have isosceles triangle. Okay. And equilateral triangle. Okay. Now scalene triangle means a triangle in which all three sides have different length. Okay, all three sides have different length. Let us draw the figure. If I draw the figure like this, let's name it as A, B and C. Suppose this is 3 centimeter of length, and say this is 7 centimeter of length, and this is 5 centimeter of length. So here we can observe that AB, BC and CA are of different length. So this is known as scalene triangle. Okay. Now next we have isosceles triangle. So isosceles triangle is a triangle in which two sides of equal length. Okay. Suppose if I draw the figure like this, let's name it as A, B and C, in which AB and AC are of same length. Okay, suppose here AB is equals to AC. If it is say 4 centimeter and this is also 4 centimeter and this is say 3 centimeter. So isosceles triangle means two sides of equal length. So ABC is an isosceles triangle in which AB and AC are of equal length. Okay. If I draw the figure like this, in which these and these are equal, then this is also isosceles triangle. So isosceles triangle is a triangle that has two sides of equal length. Okay. Now next we have equilateral triangle. So what is equilateral triangle? A triangle with all three sides of equal length. Okay. So let us draw the figure. If I draw the figure like this, in which say let's name it as A, B and C. Say this is 3 centimeter, here also 3 centimeter and here also 3 centimeter. So what we have seen that in this triangle all three sides are of equal length. Here AB, BC and CA is 3 centimeter. So since all sides are of equal length, so this is known as equilateral triangle. So this was the introduction of this chapter. Thank you, students.